Alright, hello everyone. You are no longer alone in chat. Finally have a commentator after a little hiccup. Hello, hello. That is indeed my name. I didn't quite catch artifacts if they were red yet, but I did see Storm got them and then basically immediately started heading back to the zone. Like they're a little bit ahead right now. We get a read out of them from Arcanox. Looks like Workstation, Life Grove, PMT, who Warrior Shrine, Arbor Chamber, and Life Grove. Not bad, other than that big, big PMT hanging over everyone's head now. Like a missile and ruin whatever room this is. No, it's not nursery. So on the lower item. Arcanox heading over towards Ruined Shrine. Power bomb in that room. I know it has north and tunnel. Looks like just a missile and vault. Arcanox slowly gaining on Storm. Like a missile and the tree. Storm heading back towards over Ruin and trying to really check out the lower item. Gravity suit. Maybe grapple beam in the upper tunnel. I can tell it certainly wasn't a missile or E-tank, so we'll certainly be coming back to that pretty soon. A little yellow on my screen, but yellow and white pretty similar sometimes. We'll be missing out on Gravity Suit for a bit. Storm just getting bombed. And Water Hall access. Taking nothing. The charge beam location. Yeah, looks like we might be getting a little late SJ. Sorry, dude. Looks like it could be getting pointed in the direction of Magmorph at this point. Was good having Ethan early on in the game, even though Storm does now have I think amounts to 20 or 25% reduction. Arcanox trailing just behind, grabbing Mario themselves. First Zoid item is Rando. Like Storm struggling puzzle before Void. Interesting. Considering going to first. Random shaping out to not really have anything, so Arcanox wouldn't be in a bad spot if they chose to skip Zoid entirely. Ooh, and Arcanox getting Ice Beam. I'm sure Storm will be traveling to that location real shortly themselves, but interesting. Wonder if they're gonna go for late. Oh, yep. They are at least going to go in the direction of late. Storm not getting the lower furnace item first. Interesting. little trouble getting up the track. Can't quite tell what that is. It looks like maybe a beat combo. Certainly didn't look like. Didn't look bright enough to be Space Jump, but also I might have been wrong about Upper Ruins or Up in Ruin Shrine. Yeah, I could see it actually being Space Jump. Looks a little brighter when you turn around. Storm opting to not go to Late Chozo even with Ice Beam. Guess maybe not having boost or Space Jump, possibly pointing them away from it. Like that is the better decision though, because also lacking Spider Ball, so you can't exactly get pretty much any later than all of the Elders. It is indeed plant time. Ooh, I've never actually seen that bomb jump method. Didn't know that was something you could do. Right, so far. Yeah, it did look a little bit. I can see Space Jump also, but it looked a little too dark for it to be like hologram is usually pretty bright. Arcanox considering going to Magmore at this point. Choosing to skip. Certainly not a bad decision. Yeah, skipping Ghost probably is the best decision at this point, because, I mean, while if Upper Furnace is supers, still lacking Spider Ball, so it's not really pointing in that direction, and then also not having, either way, not having X-Ray is a little bit of a liability when it comes to Ghosts. It can take a little bit longer because of that. Looks like Arcanox grabbed Plasma while I was looking at Storm's screen. Oh, it's right there. I wasn't able to see it earlier while I was watching on Twitch. Plasma Beam, so Not quite sure where early plasma right now with this loadout might be pointing towards. I think the logic is pointing towards Magmore though. So I guess we'll see what happens there. Arcanox going into Magmore through Talon, and Storm going in through the Chozo side. I guess we'll be able to get both sides of early Magmore at the same time. Just a missile and lower fiery swords. Not slowing down for a minute and trying to get some health back. Not a bad idea. Because they also are still lacking gravity suit at this point. Because it did not choose to go back to Ruin. Ruin. Like, where I'm getting power bomb expansion. Missile and Triceratops pit. Wave is potentially vanilla. With Plasma Beam, though, I'm actually going to bet on it being behind one of the ices. And that is Spider Ball. Nice little missile in storage cavern. Whenever you remember, storage cave. Ooh, because I did kill that buffer, so they have to do it off a different. Storm seemingly not having the same idea. Ooh, Rando. That's Arcanox struggling with that dash. Looks like they might be looking to, reload the room. Arcanox now reverse early Magmore. But furthering their lead. The Warrior Shrine dash isn't that bad. We still have that one buffer alive. Unfortunately having to do it off that Storm now heading towards Banana, about to get their Spider Ball. Like Arcanox is having a little trouble with this like that. So how I see it right now is Wave is likely going to be behind. Oh, there's Space Jump. Oops. Right on cue. Um, I do think we'll find Wave Beam in early then, but could potentially have to go back to all the elders, especially now that they have Storm has Spider Ball, and both Ice and Plasma Beam. Wave Beam, I think technically could be in either of those locations. Could also be looking at well no can't be any later than Hall of the Elders. Getting our whether Wave is vanilla or not answer very shortly here. Could be the artifact location too. No, Thardus cannot have Wave because both of the entrances to Thardus are Wave Beam doors. That is true. It could be Magma Pool. Looks like neither of the racers have gone back towards Ruined Shrine to get Revelith at the upper half pipe. So they might be missing out on something there. Something that will tell them where they're supposed to be going. And it looks like it was something, but not Wave Beam. Yeah, it looked like a nice sweater. Without Storm will be coming back to that. Knox trailing behind, about to get the basic. Yep, they are basically taking Storm steps at this point in the exact same order. Yes, it does. I think the only ice that you can use Plasma on is the one leading towards, is the one leading towards Chapel of the Elders. Looks like just a power bomb expansion in Canyon. Storm opting not to it because they already do have 5, and they'll grab another one before the end of the game. Oh, there is Wave Beam. The Storm is just about in go mode. Just need to get that boost ball in Phazon Beam, and I guess preferably a visor or two, so essence isn't too cumbersome. Storm may be opting to warp to start, which is a decision I would agree with. Because do need to go back to Ruin Shrine and get whatever's at the top there, because it looks like it was at the very least potentially important. Big Storm is potentially going in out of the chamber artifact and also getting top of root. Exactly what they're doing. I wonder if after that they will Arcanox getting the news that Chapel of the Elders is not waving. I guess we had to figure out what it was. Second artifact for Storm. And looks like they are heading towards late Magmore. They do have that. They do have that artifact in workstation. Assuming they'll probably go grab that and then potentially dip into mines. Storm's choosing not to protect that process. They don't have boost balls yet. Keep forgetting that there's not boost ball. We usually be nice to have it wait and see. Arcanox getting their wave beam, and it looks like they are using it towards I assume probably labs. As well as see if Storm is missing out on any phase on food for boost balls in labs. Since I have a feeling they could potentially go through labs backwards. I have a feeling they're going to want to now. Into lab. Unable to check what the research lab Hydra item is because they don't have super store at least rating they're different minds. Well, it does look like Storm has a pretty solid lead. If there is Phazon suit in labs by any chance, I guess potentially Phazon suit or and or boost. This could put them potentially in the back towards the lead, I should say. like Storm, you can see what PCA is. What did you think? Certainly didn't look like a suit. Now we can see what observatory is, and it looks like it is just a missile. Storm looks like either they are checking this item before going into the lower lab or going to the missile. Looks like they are going to go back into lower labs. I guess they're hoping they'll grab base on the food before they get the mining. Or grabbing X-ray so they can do OP and at least open up the CA. Oop, there's X-ray. Oh, even if they don't grab, even if they don't get placement down here, they'll at least have PCA for easy access to Phazon mining tunnel, and they do have Phazon suit. So far, looking like labs play for Arcanox. Not going so well so far. Only a few items left in labs, and I assume they might go for late Fen, but without gravity suit that might be a little tougher. Lower. That is true. We might have a vanilla Phazon suit. Acres. Like we'll get a missile and upper. Transfer labs have anything is research core. So I guess we'll see if this play is gonna pay off for us. Research core not having anything. Late 10. They had gone back for away from screen for a moment. Nothing in way, I assume. Might have a little bit of trouble if there is. I mean, if there is something to use in lower or upper gravity favor. They don't have grapple beam or gravity suit. Oh, there is grapple beam. So, maybe the top of Ruined Shrine was thermal visor. It wasn't X-ray, which is what someone suggested. It wasn't grapple beam, obviously, which is what I suggested. And we already know what Phazon mining tunnel is. Hopefully for Storm, they get Phazon suit either vanilla or yeah, I guess vanilla is really what we hope for. Because with MPV, then they're gonna have to find suit. Nobody's actually gone back for the furnace, the upper furnace item. It makes me wonder what it was. Clearly, nobody's gonna rush to go back and get it. And that's just a missile and alcohol B. Grab it real quick first. Help out with final boss. Arcanox diving deeper into underwater Vendrana. Looks like Stone will be able to, will at the very least be able to check what PB is. And looks like it's missile. And it looks like thermal visor at the top of gravity chamber. Ooh. Yep, I am definitely working out of that. Wrong side of that thermal visor. Pretty difficult jump. I would know very well how difficult it is. Mega Pirate dropping the like giving the not quite not I'm familiar with. It wait, I'm trying to get the power bomb. It's a little bit more. Very fun. Jump. And Vanilla Phazon is dead because that was just a missile hiding inside of OP. And we know it's not in labs, so I wonder what Storm is going to do here, not knowing that there isn't anything in labs. So I think that leaves it down to either Sunken Frigate, Late Chozo, or Upper Mines, actually. Upper Mines. Handful of areas it could be in, and unfortunately, they're all kind of spread out from each other. This process would have been a lot easier for Arcanox if they had gone back to get gravity food in the time. I think they're getting to jump out fairly quickly, so it's clearly they're at least fairly experienced with it. Storm heading towards Upper Mines. Probably the better play considering the check density. Arcanox giving up on thermal visor, understandably so. I probably would give up too. Yeah, go for a gravity-less swim. Get back towards lab area. Ghost is possible. I wouldn't bet on it. Ghost, I haven't had anything in my experience in a while. But also that could beat him anyways. Could lose me a race, not wanting to go back towards Ghost. like that is super missile. Alright. That is convenient. So I guess maybe upper furnace. Ooh, look, red. So I don't think it'd be flamethrower. Maybe it's power bomb expansion actually. Power bomb expansion. Looks like we might be getting a Rockman. Whoever was wishing for Phazon on Gardos might be getting their wish granted. Should be very interesting. Because it doesn't look like sorry, it doesn't look like Storm is right back towards Rando. Oh, not do Rockman. Storm getting a little up close and personal with those troopers. I didn't actually catch what the item was. Looks like Arcanox opting to warp to start. Going back towards early, going back towards Rosa. Just a missile. Looks like Arcanox either is going to do Crash Site Climb or go towards Sunken Frigate, which the latter I definitely would advise against, especially without gravity, considering that it's basically one location to get and climb Crash Site in a way I have never seen before. Pretty sure there's like 2,000 ways to climb that room. Yes, another EMT artifact. Currently, Storm is having, I'm assuming, tons of fun looking for Phazon suit. Arcanox is unfortunately a little bit further behind, but they could. It looks like they actually might find Phazon suit before as well. I have a feeling it's going to be in late Talon, and that is Boost Ball in Antechamber. Looks like now they're going to head towards late Talon, assuming getting the Life Grove artifact. Or sorry, Life Grove Tunnel. Storm, I assume, is either going to attempt to do reverse bar skip or perhaps it looks like they're going to do reverse bar skip. I was thinking it might actually try to do try to do something pretty backwards. Oh yeah, right. There's they're in both didn't have to just get my notes. Oh yeah, we have the outside from our runners. I wonder if Storm is going to attempt to do boostless life growth tunnel. Ooh, looks like we might get a boostless life growth tunnel. They're not just high-fiving, they're they're following each other. Not sure how confident Storm may or may not be in their life growth tunnel skills. Looks like they are. I assume they'd be fairly confident. And they get it. They get the one towards life growth first try. I know that was pretty impressive. Like they are now using finger manipulation. They're not out of the woods yet though, but because they do need to do the jump. Sorry, they either need to get the top bomb jump correct, or they need to get the bottom one correct. But judging by the fact that they got it perfectly, I have a feeling they won't take long. If not, get it first try again. And they have beaten Life Grove Tunnel. Absolutely no issues. Life Grove Tunnel did not take a victim today, thankfully. And now they are showing off more of their bomb jumping skills with bar skip. Unfortunately, they obviously will not be getting boosted for a little bit, because that was obviously an aim point. And it looks like you're good, because it looks like you're doing what I was assuming they might do earlier, which is reverse jump and forget. Nothing in Hydro Tunnel. Oh yeah, that was a lot faster than my normal Life Growth Tunnel is. So honestly, props to them for being able to get it so it was very clean too. All three bomb jumps were very clean. Yep, we are currently on a Storm is on a phase-on hunt. Arcanox, well, I just can also look for it. Power bomb expansion and biohazard containers, which means the only chance for Storm to get phase-on here is Cargo free. It looks like whatever is at the top of Furnace clearly isn't important enough for Arcanox to go grab. Yeah, it looks like that. Looks like, I guess, yeah, at this point, we haven't seen plasma processing. No, we saw Farth then. I'm trying to remember now too. Well, actually, we haven't seen what's at the top of Ruined Shrine. I assume it's probably just gonna be thermal, but we also haven't seen the Tower of Light or Tower Chamber. Which, I mean, that might be Phazon Suit at this point. I'm kind of drawing a blank. What else? Upper Dynamo. There's only not a ton. There's only a handful of spots we haven't seen, but they're all pretty much kind of spread out from each other. And it sucks because that Phazon Mining Tunnel artifact means that Storm can't go fight Ridley and at least get the region of Phazon Suit. Looks like Storm choosing to go back towards plasma processing. Or I guess they're out going in the direction of labs, not knowing that there's nothing there. Or well, could be something in Hydra, because Arcanox was able to peek what item it was, because unfortunately they didn't have X-ray. Likely. Unfortunately, pretty much all they get out of that is thermal visor at the top of the gravity chamber. We also haven't seen Thardus yet. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, and hopefully I will be back before Storm beats Thardus. I have returned, and it looks like Storm is going towards late then. All they're gonna get out of it is thermal visor. Like Arcanox going towards early Chozo. Haven't checked Magma yet. Well, they'd have to do that. They'd have to do Magma dash in order to check Magma and training chamber. Looks like they are going towards Tower for like see what finally be able to see what's there, and hopefully what's in for the shrine. They're also about to learn that they missed out on gravity suit for quite a while. Oh, it looks like it was with a E-Tank. Like something more important earlier. More about that there, Randomizer. Tower chamber is Arcanox very cleanly climbing Tower of Light. Looks like they almost got that there. And top of Tower of Light is just a missile. So it's really narrowing it down. clearly Phazon mining tunnel is uh is the room today. The Rando overlord clearly chose violence. Have we actually seen what oh yeah, Arbor Chamber was an artifact. So I wonder Arcanox has not gotten their Arbor Chamber artifact yet. Oof, yeah, not quite getting that dash. I struggle with that one a lot too, so I felt that pain. Arcanox's third artifact. Looks like they're going back to Magma. Probably good. I assume maybe taking things that Storm did earlier. Keep that Tiger. Looking like we might have Phazon on Thardus. We'll have Upper Dynamo and Magma. I wonder if Storm is going to fight Thardus first. They have quite the loadout, so it's not much of a time sink to do Thardus. Yep, looks like they are intending to do Thardus. Arcanox grabbing air for artifacts. Slowly catching up the Storm. It'll come down to how fast Storm can find Phazon too. But they currently have cleared out a fair bit more than Arcanox. So Arcanox would have to find it. Arcanox would basically have to find Phazon suit for it to go at this point, and then have very good lower mines movement. Storm choosing to skip out on Thardus. Not quite sure that's the play, considering their loadout and how sparse checks are at this point. It's not really any check density left. And if those other checks do not play out and Phazon suit is in fact on Thardus, they're gonna have to backtrack. Like they're warping to start. Soon they are going to check out the rest of early Chozo. Nope, looks like they might be heading back towards late Chozo. Storm demonstrating one of the 2,000 ways to climb Frigate Crash Site. Definitely, it's the first time I've ever seen that method. Very clean climb, though. Two very nice dashes. And now Arcanox getting their 5th artifact. So it really is coming down to whoever can get Phazon suit first. Arcanox, unfortunately, not aware that Phazon suit isn't in lower mines. So it looks like they are going to. Fortunately, Phazon is not on OP. Storm already fought OP. Why they are back in Chozo. I assume Arcanox is going to retrace the steps of Storm and do lower mines, hoping to find it before Phazon mining tunnel or get it on OP. Not gonna be what happens. Phazon not in mines at all. I have a feeling it might be on Rocky Boy, honestly. I think at this point, unless it's an upper dynamo, magma pool, training chamber, or training chamber access, I'm at a loss for what other checks have not been checked yet, actually. Oh, we saw upper dynamo? Well, that narrows it down even more. I must have missed it earlier. It looks like Arcanox is choosing to go to upper mine instead of the lower first. Was Phazon in upper dynamo? I wonder what Storm's going back for then. Yeah, I think most participants don't know how to do early newborn. It's a pretty tricky trick. We also could have it on Ghosts on Sun Chamber. Because nobody's done that yet. Six Storm is going to finally gonna be able to see what's in Magma Pool in the training chamber area. Like the mini tank. And there's Phazon suit. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending how you look at it, Phazon suit was not on Thardis. So now Storm just needs to go back and grab their Phazon mining tunnel artifact, and they'll be all set to finish the game. Grapple was in lower mine. The room, I forget what room it is. The room right before Fungal Hall A. With the mushroom, with the item underneath the mushroom. Looks like Storm, having fought OP, will save them a chunk of time here. So they'll be able to just go to the processing center and basically go through MPV Phazon mining tunnel. And that is Storm's last photograph. They are pretty solidly in the lead, as long as if nothing ridiculous happens, they might take the win on this one. But anything can happen in 20-ish minutes. Like Storm getting bullied by Metroid. Most people here know the drill with that. 3 4, right? How Storm has a 100, basically 100% loadout. But it should be a pretty easy fight for one. Phase into wave 2. Hold on, not going after wave plus 2. Now comes the event of Definitely friendly. Alright, Storm entering Essence. It's a pretty solid field, right? They're at And that is the time, 1 hour and 28 minutes. I mean, outside of facing the suit, take a while to check it out. Well, welcome in. How do you feel?
Hello. That wasn't very enjoyable.
I'm sure it was. Or how'd you feel about how long it took to find face on suit?
Yeah, that's the part that was not enjoyable. Like the seed until getting like all the beams was fine. And then the handful face in the suit with of course no access to hints because PNT artifact.
Yeah,
Was just
that's what
horrible. And face in the suit like where it was, it's not exactly a commonplace.
Oh, so it's not OP.
Face in
Yeah,
the suit
no.
was on training chamber access.
Are you kidding me? I actually...
Yeah.
I was gonna go through there. I'm like, I don't have grapple yet. It's not really in logic that I know of. I'm bad at the dash. I could have had that. I could have been, like, maybe 10 minutes behind you, guessing, if I had decided to go through there.
Grapple beam was in fungal hole access, so that's interesting in terms of...
Was it really?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
logically you were meant to go all the way to the lower
I literally
mines.
just picked that up. I forgot about it.
Yep, get the grapple, and head all the way back to magma pool, get train chamber access, or phase in suit, and go back for PMT. Just
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
it was a pretty terrible place. A bit trolled also by where boost was, because I did a boostless left grove, which actually was phenomenal. Like first try, HPBG had never been that good there.
Yeah,
but
you
boost
had
was on its chamber.
Yeah, you had a very, very clean boostless Life Grove tunnel. I was very impressed. It was very clean.
But yeah, the boost on being on 18 chamber, like so nearby, just felt a bit crap afterwards.
I'm honestly pretty sure you did it faster than you would have been able to do it with boost.
Yeah, I don't really have a regret because at least the boostless was very, very, very clean. So at least just that, but I
thought I could get thermal up in gravity chamber with the slope R jump, which I can normally do in like a couple tries, and I fell in 3 times, so it wasted an additional like, I don't know. It felt like about 10 minutes. It probably wasn't that long.
Hint there, if you miss the jump, you can actually morph, and it actually changes your momentum to actually avoid falling in the water.
Oh really? You land on the side or something?
Yeah, like if you morph as you fall, it changes your momentum towards the wall, and you will just land back on the ledge. It's a very good hint to know about that.
I will have to try that.
But yeah, the seed was basically a Fitness Suit Casino, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much came down to whoever could get phase on suit first. At some point, we were guessing that it was going to be on Thardus, just because everything the checks were really thinning out. So
I checked everything in Fen except Thardus, so.
I mean, when I found phase on suit, basically all I had left was Train Chamber, the Tower of Light area, Plasma Processing, and then it was Thardus. Like that was all I was left in my entire world.
Yeah, I mean, you two basically checked all the same areas, just in different orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's cruel about Boost and Phase and Suit and Shows of Ruins is there was really nothing that made you want to go back to Shows of Ruins. Like, Wave Beam was in Fen, and at that point you checked your artifacts. There isn't a single one. I think there was one, but like you grab it easily along the way, pretty much. I don't remember which one. But yeah, there really is no incentive for you to return to Chozo Ruins to go clean up a few things. So this was very awkward.
Yeah, it was just really awkward routing all around. I thought the first 20 minutes of the seed, I felt like I was routing it totally wrong. But I kept finding stuff. Like, I would go and find like 4 or 5 items that were nothing and be like, I'm wasting time here. And then find an important major after that. It's weird.
I actually think in this ice early would have been. I mean, finding ice later actually would have made things better.
Yes,
I mean,
I think so too.
you guys basically followed the same route very early on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think it started really diverging around Fendrana when I think Storm
see that.
you went back towards the beginning, and Arcanox you went towards labs.
Yeah, I was scared I left something behind on last when later I did Fen, I found nothing. I was like, okay, well, it's not here either, so we probably both struggling at that point. I think the way to go about this would have been when you find Varia, you don't go for Zoid. You just straight up go to Magmore Fan till you find the wave. And at that point, you might do the labs, find nothing, so you go back to spawn, and then you would return to Sosa Ruins. Probably stumble on Pheasant Suit as you clean. And then you go all the way, you find ice, you find boost, and seed is over. That would have been like the god route, I think. So what happened?
Well, do you guys have any last comments?
Not really. No, it was kind of a funny scene, but it was too frustrating to really laugh at it. Like there were some fun bits, but any scene
Yeah, I
with
can,
PMT artifact is just frustrating.
Yeah,
That can be
that's
redeemed
fair.
when the suit is in lower mines, but when it's not, when it's in a
When
bad
it's not,
position, then
yeah. I feel like I got all 5 of my artifacts until PMT within like 20 minutes of each other or something, or 30. It was really fast. I don't think I had a single artifact at the 45-minute mark because I was just kind of gathering knowledge and items, and then I came up with a route to get the first 5, and I'm like, surely I'll come across either Grapple or Phazon suit, but no, I didn't.
Nope. Well, don't have much more to say to that. Just GG's, yeah.
Yeah, GG. Congrats.
GG's. All right. I guess that's a wrap then.
I suppose so. See you all next mission.
Make sure you guys follow our 2 runners, Storm and Arcanox. I am Cal. I forget the tracker command.
Is it part of the commentator? I can't remember.
Forget, but thanks to our commentator, I think Sandres. Is that how you pronounce it? Sorry if I right there. Sorry if I butchered that name. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you guys all next time.